Elon Musk is finished with electric vehicle mandates, backing President Trump as he vows to kill the EV tax credits provided by the Inflation Reduction Act on day one when he returns to office. However, Trump is all for the free market, where he's not directly against EVs. He's stated multiple times, if you want an EV, you'll be able to buy one. But he believes that if customers want to purchase a gas-powered vehicle, they can do that as well. Captivatingly, Elon Musk is all for it. In a free market system, the best product wins, and the government doesn't dictate the winners or the losers. And Elon Musk believes that EVs are significantly better cars than gas cars, and Tesla has the best product. Yet, there's something Elon Musk knows that others don't, a hidden edge that makes him indifferent to Trump's decisions on gas cars. Beneath the surface, Tesla is playing a much bigger game, one that goes beyond cars and will make EV dominance not just likely, but inevitable. In today's world, fossil fuels are a critical part of industry and infrastructure. Elon Musk has stated a difficult truth, which is that if he had the chance to push a button that would erase fossil fuels from existence, he would not push it. It would completely decimate the economy and civilization would crumble. However, he's all for an ongoing transition to move away from fossil fuels over time, and Tesla has no doubt been directing its efforts at the automotive sector first. Electric vehicles are fundamentally superior in performance, cost efficiency, and technological advancements. For instance, the Cybertruck, and even competitors such as the Ford F-150 Lightning, offer V2X or vehicle-to-home capabilities, which leverage the massive battery pack inside the vehicle to power a house, or even onboard tools, or an air compressor. EVs are always on, allowing for built-in surround cameras to always be monitoring, or nowadays, the car can wake up and summon itself to its owner. This is just to name a few things that gas-powered cars can't really do. While range and charging speed have often been criticized as drawbacks of EVs, they've been improving rapidly with each new generation. Today, the experience is so seamless that range anxiety has largely become a thing of the past, especially when the convenience of waking up to a fully charged car at home is considered. But Elon Musk has been thinking years ahead into the future. And now with the advent of AI upon us, Tesla's autonomous driving capability has taken front and center stage. And its ultimate goal is to crush the cost of transportation through the use of robotaxis. Now, gas cars make no sense as robotaxis. They're expensive to maintain, have high fuel costs, and aren't in an always-on state like EVs. The famed plug-in hybrids are also just as dumb. If you wanted to use the cheaper and more efficient electric portion of the hybrid, it only goes for say 30 to 40 miles, and then it turns into a gas car for the next 500 miles. There's also no real automated gas pump solution, so that the network can fill up with gas and run itself, unless the industry wants to build something like a Tesla snake charger, which even Tesla has decided against. Currently, Tesla is planning for induction charging its low-cost Cybercab electric vehicles. With continued plummeting battery costs, lower maintenance, and cheaper fuel, the pure economics of EVs make them insanely better than gas cars and will drive their adoption not just as personal vehicles, but also as a key ingredient for a robotaxi network. Especially since robotaxis will be operating constantly, perhaps 24/7, which makes them highly sensitive to the variable costs of fuel, maintenance, and repair. This is why electric vehicles are essentially the only option for a highly competitive self-driving network of cars, and this trend will amplify the usage of EVs beyond anything we've seen before. Imagine in the near future some percentage of Tesla's current fleet of millions of vehicles suddenly increasing their usage from 1 or 2 hours of driving per day to 10 or more. And Tesla, along with fleet operators, will also have dedicated robotaxi fleets. In the podcast episode Engineering Victory with Elon on Dan Carlin's Hardcore History, Elon Musk discussed the strategic importance of engineering in warfare, especially during World War II. He referred to the Allies, particularly the United States and Britain, which had access to high-quality, consistent aviation fuel, which allowed for rapid refueling of aircraft. This efficiency effectively increased their fleet size operationally because they could turn their planes around faster. In contrast, the Germans struggled with variable fuel quality and longer refueling times, which meant they could only fly fewer aircraft at a time. This concept plays out here in a similar way, where Tesla's relatively small fleet of millions of EVs compared to the tens or even hundreds of millions of gas cars in other companies' fleets, or in a world that runs 2 billion fossil fuel-based cars, Tesla's small and growing fleet may effectively be 5 to 10 times larger in terms of utilization, as they're no longer constrained to parking lots while human drivers are busy doing something else. The advent of robotaxis totally supercharges EV usage and therefore adoption. Even if you yourself are unsure or have vowed to never ride in an autonomous vehicle, the industries that do business, ship goods or deliver food or packages to your home, are massive juggernauts who can't ignore the economics of such a breakthrough, especially if their competitors are adopting robotaxi technology. And so because of this, Elon Musk doesn't really care whatever Trump does with gas cars, as it's inevitable that EVs, the only choice for robotaxis, will eventually destroy gas cars anyways. Just last week, President Trump's team told advisors that they plan to make a federal framework for self-driving cars, and this will be one of the Department of Transportation's priorities. Bloomberg writes that current federal rules pose roadblocks for vehicles to be deployed that don't have steering wheels or pedals, something that Tesla plans to do with its newly unveiled Cybercab. Trump's team is looking to essentially regulate robotaxis at the federal level, which according to Bloomberg, an act of Congress could clear the way for mass adoption of self-driving cars. This will also benefit other companies like Uber or Waymo, who are also looking to deploy autonomous vehicles, as today NHTSA, the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, is set to limit deployments to just 2,500 cars per year. New regulations, which have failed in the past, but if successful this time round, could drastically increase this limit and accelerate the rollout of self-driving cars. It may also help to circumvent the need for approval in each state, by instead moving it to the federal level. Consider that Waymo reported last month that it hit a milestone of 150,000 paid autonomous trips per week, and Waymo's fleet size is only 700 cars. Hypothetically speaking, if each ride costs just $5 on average, that equates to $39 million per year, and Waymo is currently limited to just a few cities. But what if Tesla comes around with 700,000 cars, which is entirely possible? That's just 10% of their current fleet size, but 1,000 times that of Waymo's. At the same rate, that would generate $39 billion in revenue. And Elon Musk believes that prices can go even lower, which could drastically expand the market for delivering people and goods, as today companies like Uber are essentially being held back by high prices and low supply. Transportation demand would skyrocket if rides cost $2 instead of $20. And again, keep in mind that this will be a network of EVs. It's been made clear that President Trump is no longer going to be demonizing the fossil fuel industry. At the same time, it's unlikely that the playing field will be leveled out. While Elon Musk says that he doesn't care for the EV tax credits, he also strongly believes that the oil and gas industry shouldn't receive subsidies either. These subsidies are massive and typically hidden from the general public. While there are direct grants, financial support, and research and development funding that are awarded to fossil fuel companies, there are also benefits hidden within the tax code, such as deductions for exploration costs, credits for clean coal technology, and major tax breaks in certain situations where companies can declare intangible drilling costs, for instance, and deduct costs as immediate expenses rather than capitalizing them and depreciating them over time like other types of companies typically need to do. But even if Trump doesn't budge on this, it's likely that EVs, coupled with autonomous technology, can still win, even with all the help that the oil and gas industry is getting. It's also worth noting that as EVs become more prevalent, the price of oil itself will come down due to a lack of demand and higher supply. This is seemingly good for customers and consumers of oil, cheaper prices. But as the price of oil comes down, drillers and producers can no longer make money at these levels. They still have large fixed costs and variable costs. So they begin shutting down oil wells to reduce supply, which sends prices back up. And so oil will remain very volatile, which is typically not a desirable characteristic that businesses want, as they prefer stability and predictability. But right now, the autonomous vehicle ball is rolling, and once regulations are out of the way, the autonomous technology will have to stand on its own. Tesla's FSD continues to rapidly improve, with version 13 just around the corner, that Elon Musk says is trending to be 500% better than the previous version, version 12. And the company is targeting 2025 for geofenced rollouts of a robotaxi fleet in California and Texas. While Trump's free market approach might seem like a setback for EVs, Elon Musk is playing a bigger game that will ultimately be bad news for the oil and gas industry, along with the manufacturers that continue making these types of vehicles. Tesla's edge lies in its relentless innovation, from robotaxis to autonomous fleets, which promise to revolutionize transportation by amplifying the adoption of driverless EVs. So what do you think about the government's role in supporting or regulating electric vehicles? Should the free market decide? And will Tesla's robotaxi network make gas cars irrelevant, regardless of how much support they get? Don't forget to watch my last video on how Hyundai is trouncing Ford and GM in the United States. Be sure to follow me on X at TMIOTesla. Please hit the like button and subscribe. We would really appreciate that. And a huge shout out to all of our patrons that help to support our channel. Your support helps us to continue to make great content. Thank you guys so much for watching.